Hello again. In the previous video we showed how to run AIoD locally. So if everything went correctly, we have our local host here, which everything is running. And now we might want to do some development. For development we have some extra prerequisites we need to install. They are described here. We need Python 3.11, so not another Python version, and we need MySQL client dependencies. It's quite well described here how to install it, so please follow those steps, and also make sure you've got Python 3.11. So we should have Python 3.11. We have it. Very good. So then we have the code already on our computer. We should do some local installation. So first of all, let's create a virtual environment. That makes sure that we have all our dependencies here. Then we should activate the environment. Now it's activated, you see it here. If you want to go out of it, you can deactivate and you can source it again. Now you're in it. So now if you do any pip install, it will be installed in this local environment. So actually we want to do this, not pip install dot, but .dev, so we get also all the development dependencies. So now it's going to install it in our local virtual environment. Next, what we want to do is do a pre-commit install. What this does is every time we do a commit, it will perform some checks. It will do some things. Let me show you what it's going to do. So there's a pre-commit config, and here it says it will do black and flake 8 and some py tests. So py test is it will run the tests, and flake 8 black mypy, it will make sure your code is formatted the same way and it doesn't have any errors. Very good. So here you see that the install step has finished. Very good. Let's go for the next one, pre-commit install. So if this fails, you probably didn't install pre-commit yet, so you should do that before. But what this pre-commit install does, it doesn't install pre-commit itself, but it installs the pre-commit locally here. So after this we can run the pre-commit all files. It's going to do all those things, black, mypy, flake, 8, and pytest, and everything should be green because we didn't change anything and we're on a develop, so everything should be good. But if we make a mistake, then things go wrong here. This is actually it. Now we can run it from our machine if we want. I don't think this will work, to be honest. So I usually just run it using this script. Then we do run it on Docker. But what we have now, which is very nice, is that we have the code here. We can run the pytest, for instance. So we can run the pytest, SRC tests, and now it should run all of those things. Next step is you want to have an IDE. Now let's check what's going wrong here. It's going fine, but it's giving some warnings. So this is probably something we should want to fix anyway. There's a warnings, not errors. So it is fine, everything succeeded, but some weird errors. Next thing you probably want to do is set up your PyCharm. Or, I mean, you can use anything you want. If you want to use something else, feel free, and you can just skip it, because this is the last thing I'm going to explain here. Let's get the project. So I installed it somewhere there. REST API. It should use a virtual environment, the thing we already created. 3.11 is very important, is the base interpreter. Previously configured environment. Okay, we should change this to the existing environment. So go to this environment here. Here we have the fan bin. I think it's just Python here. Yes, this should work. So now we have gotten our existing virtual environment. You can create a new one, of course, but it's not really needed here. Create from existing sources. It will index it. Very nice. So what I always do then is to say all the things which are not interesting to PyCharm. It should not index it, so let's exclude it. This is the source root. Very good. So this makes sure that it's not indexing all the things that it should not care about. And let's check if it works. So let's go to any of the tests, maybe case study router, and let's check if we can run it. We can. So now we can just use PyCharm as we would. So if any step did not succeed, probably you did not configure your virtual environment well, or you forgot to say that this is the source root. That's it.